Yo, we here with Rock Phizzel,
What up?
Mystro Jones. We just got done finishing some of the finished touches off the On Notice intro joint by Antonio Cutz.
Word up.
Rock Phizzel do what he do. He's a beast. He's a monster. He's one of the coldest joints, coldest cats out here.
I'm alright,
I know that's
I'm
right.
humble, man.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and tell me a little something about Antonio Cutz, Rock Phizzel?
Well, I'll tell you something about you, Antonio Cutz. Speaking in third person, it's funny because I met this guy a long ass time ago, right? I was DJing at the number one Monday night spot in Seattle called the Contour. I was holding that shit down for like 10 years. I still have the record in the town for holding down the longest spot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other DJ out here broke my record yet. Thank you very much. But you know what I'm talking about? We used to have a segment before I actually started spinning where cats would come and perform. The first hour of it was just all live music. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I ran into, you know, Antonio Cutz, which he was going by a different name back then. And you know what I'm saying? He heard me playing some of my own shit. And you know, he was like, man, what's that? I was like, man, this is some shit I did. And he was like, man, you got a studio? Yep. So I started, you know, recording and engineering his shit. And, you know, when, man, he used to come and shut shit down. He had a song called Timmed Up. You know what I'm saying? Then he came with the remix. But the remix didn't have no hook on it. So, you know what I'm saying? We was listening to it, we was vibing on it. And even I don't even wear Timbs, you know. So I'm a West Coast nigga. We don't do that shit. We wear Chucks, Gangster Nikes, you know what I'm saying, Vans and shit like that. But I understand the culture of hip hop and that it's a staple in New York, you know, dressing and culture. So I kind of took, you know, his vibe and what he was saying in the song and wrote the hook. And then, man, that shit became almost like a contour classic. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, some shit happened and the files to that shit got lost, but. You know, and man, now we can't even find the shit. But, you know, it's still in memory, though. You know, everybody that was there and a part of that movement remembered the song.
Word up, word up.
That's the first song I ever sang a hook on.
Word? Timmed
Yeah.
Up, remix.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think about this cut you just did for Antonio Cutz recently, the one you just got done mixing down?
Well, see, to this, man, you know, like I said, man, I've been with these conversations we've been having. I don't like this new generation of hip hop. I don't like the sound of it. It's not congruent to my era. But this song reminds me. The beat reminds me of Ether. It gives me that feel. But the flow is like a Cameron Dipset type flow. You know what I'm saying? To where every bar is a metaphor. And it's braggadocious, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's flashy, it's still, you know what I'm saying? You kind of you're sticking your chest out on this one, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to it, you got to listen to it again because you're going to miss hella shit because you're going to be too busy going ooh over the last bar and then you're going to miss 3 or 4 metaphors that you done said because you stuck on this one going back. So you really got to pay attention to it. He got some slick shit in this motherfucker, for real though.
I know that's right.
You know?
Maestro Jones, you tell me about this song and tell me your thoughts on intro.
Oh, this song right here, man. This intro. It brings back what hip hop was as far as the grittiness in the beat and the like he said, the braggadocious rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Letting cats know what the hell you all about. You know what I'm saying? And just pretty much taking people on a journey of what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's the rough, rugged, and raw, you know, of hip hop, of what we're missing today. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And this is like a perfect example of what we need to bring back.
Can I add to that too?
Yes, sir.
And what I forgot to say, but I didn't even think about it, man. You know, like now, 2018, the East Coast, especially New York, being the mecca of hip hop, is missing its own identity because of the wave that's going on. Everybody from down south, the whole down south shit done went up and took over New York sound, where New York don't sound like New York like it used to in the 90s. That shit sound like New York again. There's not a lot of hip hop projects that are on the market or out there that are really sounding like true New York. Like during our era, you could play a record and in the first 30 seconds you'd be able to tell what city that record was from or what coast it was from by the sound of it. The West Coast had their sound. You play Gin and Juice, you automatically knew that shit was from the West Coast. You play It Ain't Hard to Tell or Memory Lane by Nas or They Reminisce Over You. You knew off top that shit was from the East Coast. Nowadays, the hip hop has no identity. It's all cookie cutter. It all sounds the same. That shit right there sounds New York City, straight up.
Word, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm saying it because I know hip hop, man. I love hip hop, but I like it when it's divided. When Chicago sounds like Chicago, LA sounds like LA, the South sounds like the South, the East Coast sounds like the East Coast, and nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up. I mean, that's just coming from that's coming from here.
Word up. I appreciate that too, and I love working with you too. Mystro Jones, tell me, you have any more things you want to speak about when it comes to Antonio Cutz? Anything you have to say?
Well, I know it's been a long time since the streets, had any music from him. Would that be you? But anyways, I think this is going to be a really good introduction to the beginning of what you got to come for everybody. This right here is bringing hip hop back full circle, but you have to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to accept it with open arms. You got to have open ears for it. You know what I'm saying? Because there is some good stuff out there, but people are sleeping on it. Overlooking it, not giving it a chance and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that a lot of people's projects and songs and stuff is just getting overlooked and that's up to the culture as a whole. We all gotta, we all gotta start weeding out the bad ones, like these mumble rappers, we gotta take them out the game. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool. And since you know Antonio, both of y'all know Antonio Cutz personally. And with that being the case, there's also a lot of cats out here that be rapping and they be rapping about things they don't do. They talk about some things they don't have, and that's kind of like a little problem with me. I respect hip hop and the art, and I want to know your thoughts about Antonio Cutz and the things that he talk about in his rhymes, and the cockiness, the arrogance, and the things he talk about. Does it seem to be on point, on cue, what he talk about from what you notice, man?
Well, I can definitely say it's real because I know the cat. You know what I'm saying? Everything the cat talks about is real. There's no fakeness. There's no fabrication. His whole background, you know what I'm saying? You can check it. You know what I'm saying? It's all there. It's all in the music. Everything that he's talking about is real.
Word
up. You
up.
know what I'm saying?
Rock?
Pretty much. I mean, he pretty much hit the hammer, hit the nail on the head. It's like, like the shit that you say in your rhymes, I've seen you do. Like earlier, I was telling him a story. We ain't gonna get into it, but I had to tell my man a story about what was going on, and I was like, all right, yeah, you just don't play with this cat that kind of way because he will, he'll come after you. He'll run up on you if there's some real shit. It's not like no rap beef, nigga. I'll call you a bitch on the record and call you a bitch in your face, and we just go, no, that ain't him, bro.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys.
I've seen that. Live, indirect.
Word up. I appreciate you guys, and I can't wait to do more work with you, Rock. Mystro Jones, I can't wait to do more work. We got plenty more stuff to do in the studio. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Love y'all both. Appreciate y'all.
Indeed.